Okay, guys, so it's the ending of another week. I trust you were able to implement a lot in this week, and also trust you were able to put a lot of things in place and learn a lot of new things. Yeah, welcome to another episode of the Big Talk podcast, and I remain your host, Wealth Itao. So, last week we dealt with a topic, the intentionality of purpose, and we were able to, from last week, define what purpose is, and the core of purpose, the intentionality of purpose, why every man should strive to make sure that he is working in purpose, to make sure that he finds that one thing that makes life worthwhile, that makes life substantial. He should find that one thing. So we're able to talk about that last week. So today I would like to talk on some hindrances to why people do not fulfill their purpose, some hindrances to why people are not able to get it right, why they're not able to get it right, or should I call it some confusions about purpose, around purpose. Now, first of all, I would like to say this, that in fulfilling purpose, you should know that, I think I mentioned it before. Number one, it doesn't have to be big for it to be it. It doesn't have to be massive for it to be it, right? So it could just be that little thing that gives sparkle to your world, and whenever you are doing it, you know that I'm finding fulfillment doing this. For me, I actually think that this thing called purpose is not essentially an end in itself. It's just something that you do continually. For instance, meeting somebody for the first time, or meeting somebody, there is this notion that you have about this person. There is this I was reading a post or an article somewhere, and the person was like, what's your legacy when you leave this divide? What will people say about you? He did this, he did that. What are you going to be known for? In a way, that is purpose. That's purpose. What are you going to be known for? For example, when talking about purpose, we cannot just help but mention Dr. Miles Monroe. He's a person that was very influential, and trust me, he was a man that was very committed to building individuals. He was a man that was very committed to making sure that men find themselves. He wrote a lot of books. He was a very purposeful man. He didn't even believe, as a matter of fact, that it has to be in the length of days that one spends on earth, but the impact, the value of every passing day. So like I was saying before, it doesn't have to be big for it to be. It could just be minimal, but you are doing this and you're finding fulfillment. A lot of persons have the picture that purpose is just there. Like when we were growing up, we were told, what do you want to become? I think the question rather should be, who do you want to become? Rather than society trying to influence us or to build us into what they want us to become. We should discover our own uniqueness. We should discover who really we want to become, and then start becoming it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be big for it to be it. It could just be little things that you are able to put in place. People will be like, okay, if this person were here, this thing would not be like this. Okay, if this person was here, we know that he would have been able to do this and do that. That's purpose. And trust me, you could start fulfilling purpose from very, very, very little things. From little projects that you are given to handle, and then you handle it with so much technocracy, you handle it with so much passion. Like, people can see that, this thing is actually going well because this person is there. So is purpose. As a doctor in your hospital, people just know that whenever we come in contact with this one, aside from releasing virtue from the medical profession. There are other things that this guy has to give that is just not all about medicine. So many people are being deceived most times to feel that okay, it's all about we have used the word career and purpose interchangeably for a long time, right? And people are not able to distinguish between their job and their work. So your work is that very thing which you have been called to do, that very thing that the maker gave to you as yours to do. While your job could be anything that probably puts food on your table. That will lead me to the next thing I want to say, number 2. I'm not sure I'll be able to say everything I have here. Probably will continue next time. The next thing I want to say is it may not be your source of income. To some, it may be. Yeah. So your purpose may not be your source of income, but to some, it may be. It may be. Trust me, it may not be that okay. This job I'm doing, this is my purpose. No, sometimes you can even have something like I said last week, talking about NGOs. You can have something that is putting food on your table. You can have a business, but that's not your purpose. That's not your purpose. That's not what you were called to do. Really, even in that business niche, probably you are having your okay. The business is your job, but there is something that is just unique to you that only you can give. Do you understand? The world has made it look like if it's not all about money, then it's not worth chasing. No, trust me. There is the impact that an individual can give to society, that the reward really may not be monetary, but there's this inward satisfaction that you get. There are some people that you relate with, even you have a lot of suppliers you get stuff from, you have a lot of people that you relate with in the market. There are some that they are just different. When you go around them, there's this aura that just, is around them. And then you are like, this person, there's something about this person. And when the person now start working, building on his uniqueness, you find out that okay, yeah, this is about this person. This person is unique. This is what makes this person unique. Right, so it may not be your source of income, but to some it may be. It may be that as you are working, you are fulfilling purpose at the same time. As you are doing your job, you are fulfilling purpose at the same time. To some it may be like that, but to some others it may not be. But just make sure that in all your doings, in everything that you are doing, make sure that that thing that gives you joy, that you find satisfaction doing, just do it. I was speaking to somebody yesterday and he was talking about how that he was having a burden for relationships. He is not happy to see relationships crash. He's not happy when he hears that this is what people are going through in relationships. He's hurt by the level of rape cases he has heard. And I was like, okay, he was doing it before. I was like, you should go back to it, because this thing is just probably a call, an indication that this is the part that you should be treading. This is what you should be doing. So, I mentioned 2 things, and probably next week I'm going to continue from here. First of all, one of the misconceptions people have is that it has to be big for it to be purpose. No, it doesn't have to be big for it to be it. Number 2, it may not be your source of income, but to some it may be. So we've come to the end of today's episode of the Big Talk podcast. You can do well to listen to this while you're driving in your house, and also share to your friends, relatives, loved ones that you think should be hearing this. Thank you so much and have a blessed weekend. See you next time. Bye.